the Whirlpool Masters. A sweet 16 of the planet's very best are here to compete for one of the sport's most sought-after titles. Here are the matches in round one. Quality names are in action, and between them, they've lifted just about every major trophy and pool. So far, one match is played out. The American Shane Van Boening beat Canadian John Morra 8-6. Next up, it's Chamat versus the 2013 champ Niels Feijen.
Well, the Masters is one of the most prestigious events in the year. It's awesome to win this tournament. It's 4 rounds, but it's the 4 hardest rounds you're going to have in 3 days. So it means a lot to every player here. Well, last year wasn't a nice tournament. I made a lot of errors, and so this year I'm hoping to set things straight.
A lot of good players have won. A lot of great players have won this tournament. And I hopefully try to put my name. I've been close, I've been in the semi-final a couple of times. To play in the Whirlpool Masters is a great honor. All pressure is on, it's 1 race to 8 each match, and if you win you go through to the next round, and you only have to win 4 games, but it's definitely against the toughest players in the world.
A wide open shot.
There's a few well-intentioned members of the audience. When he escaped, that snooker said shot. But Feijen knew it wasn't. And I think that was one of the reasons he was irritated. Rather like a golfer in a professional tournament, striking a ball that the gallery thinks is good, but he knows it's found a fairway bunker.
Oh, that's...
All in hand.
Wow. That's unforgivable there. That's a glaring error.
He's doing more scratching than a hound with fleas.
Wow, to have an opening like that against Niels Feijen, one of the greats in the world today. You had a chance to go up 3-1, and now it's 2-2. That's a huge swing in the match right there.
Chamat knows he could easily have been 3-1 ahead. As it is, it's 2-2 in this match, following a similar early pattern to the one we saw Van Boening against John Morra. It is 2-2, the first 4 racks shared. And this is the shot that cost Chamat dear. He was bridging over a little awkwardly, a little off balance, maybe dug into the cue ball more than he wanted to because of that. He certainly caught the green 6 a little too thick, even though it went into the pocket, and all of that added up to the wide ball going in as well. Disastrous.
So Niels will be back at the table.
Thank you, rack 5. Niels Feijen to break, 2 racks each.
I wonder if Niels will maybe take a little bit off. He was slamming into the balls in his other times at the table. No, he goes even harder this time. Yeah, it looks like he has a shot on the 1. He does have a ball down, has 2 balls down. So his path will be the yellow 1. He's got ideal position on the 4. That'll be the next ball, the pink 4.
Our esteemed colleague Jim White always describes Niels Feijen is a very accomplished shot maker, and I think that perfectly describes him. When he has a shot like that on the one, you're totally confident he's going to stroke it in. And now really a very friendly table from his perspective.
Niels does everything that a pro at his level has to do. He practices 6-8 hours a day. You can see he keeps himself in excellent physical condition. He's a real student of the game.
Well on the way to another appearance in the European Mosconi Cup team at the Tropicana in Las Vegas later on this year. Be very surprised if he didn't automatically qualify, and if he didn't automatically qualify, I'd be astounded if he wasn't picked. So I think he will be there.
He's a lock. And one of the things that's really helped Niels is having a family. He's got 2 kids and a great wife, and he loves the family life, and he often says that that was the one thing that keeps him grounded, keeps things in perspective, and gives him a chance to get away from the grind of the road and the game, which can really wear you down sometimes. And it certainly has appeared to help him, because he has been on a run the last 2 years that is just remarkable. Wow, brings out the 8 ball. Nicely done.
Again, though, another test of cueing this. Never in doubt. Pinged it.
Do you get the feeling that Niels wants to make up for the bit of an embarrassment last year in the World Pool Masters when he went out in the first round? He's certainly much more focused than he was in that first round match last year as the defending champion. He leads Marcus Chamat 3-2. They're in this first round match in Manchester, the Party Poker World Pool Masters. And a glaring scratch the previous rack. And now a break and run out. Clearly the momentum on the side of the Dutchman.
Thank you, rack 6. Niels Feijen to break, leading 3 racks to 2.
As some of our regular fans may want to know, that there is no illegal break rule, which we used to have in this tournament and some other tournaments. No, you don't have to get any number of balls down. You just rack them and go. And
Yeah.
oh, that was the 9.
Well, that fooled everyone.
That fooled there.
It was a golden break that no one appreciates.
Nobody knew. They thought it was the 1 ball. A golden break. The 9 ball gets kicked in. And that's a winner.
The crowd was silent, but in fairness to them, so were we. We were fooled. The 9 ball went in at such a rate of knots. And I think Brendan Moore was fooled also, the referee. He didn't see it go in.
Well, sometimes the 9 ball and the 1 ball look similar, because, you know, the 9 ball's got a yellow stripe. The 1 ball's all yellow. So in the glaring light, it can look similar. A golden break for Niels Feijen.
Niels Feijen to break, leading 4 racks to 2.
Well, after winning the 6th rack in the quickest possible fashion, Feijen 2 ahead for the first time.
Oh, and he's on a roll. He's got a cue over the 4. No shot to a pocket on the 1 ball. He is quickly taking command of this match. And again, it all goes back to rack number 4 when Marcus Chamat had a wide open table. No excuse for that scratch, and those Finicky pool gods just say, you know what, you had your chance. You looked the gift horse in the mouth. That's it. Sit down.
Well, I think here, if the 4-ball wasn't so awkwardly placed and leaving to really horrible queuing for Feijen, he might even contemplate, even with distance,
Push out call.
the 1-7 combination, but bridging over the 4. That is not viable whatsoever, and that's why he's pushing out.
So Chamat can shoot this. If he doesn't like it, he can hand it back to Niels.
Quiet down, guys, please.
Of course, he was going to take that on because that was a very clear bank shot. This is a very difficult shot right here, coming down the rail. Oh, he hit that with confidence. Well, it didn't seem to tighten up the arm, did it? Him sitting there in the chair, still loose. Very elementary right here.
And precisely what Chamat needed. After seeing the cue ball go in so often in this match, I think he might be a little concerned here. Always the possibility when you're coming down table. It could run close to a pocket, but with his experience and prowess, that shouldn't be a problem.
Time extension.
Yeah, he's going to have to play pretty much error-free from here on in to win this match. You cannot be scratching on a regular basis against a guy like Niels.
Well, coming round off the 3 cushions with running side pretty much eliminated the possibility of going in off. But this 9-ball, no bargain. It should be potted, but it's not a certainty. Well done to Marcus Chamat. The difference between the 2 players cut in half. When it was 4-2, Niels Feijen was in danger of running away with the contest. Now, though, at 4-3, it's wide open again.
Marcus Chamat back within 1.
Thank you,
Trails
Racket.
4-3.
Marcus Chamat to break. Trailing by 3 racks to 4.
He didn't get any wing balls down, but he did get the pink 4 in the side, and he's got a shot on the 1. get in position for that 2-ball. We would expect nothing less from a veteran like Chamat. He's not going to lay down.
Yes, and there were rather extenuating circumstances there. A very ignorant member of the audience let out an extraordinarily loud burp.
Time extension.
Well, they are a bit boisterous here. That's always, you know, good for the sport. It's nice to see some excited fans. Just hope that none of those bodily functions, you know, ruin the concentration of the players. We've had a couple of flashes go off. The referees have admonished the fans to turn the flash off. He's shooting quite well. Except for those 2 scratches. Everything else has been good for Chamat.
Well, earlier this year, he reached the final of a Euro Tour event in Portugal at the famed golf resort of Valdelobo. He's won 4 Euro Tour titles over the years. He's been runner-up 5 times, and in total he's reached 16 Euro Tour semi-finals, so he's had a very good career. 2000 European 9-ball champion. 2004 he reached the semi-finals of the World 9-ball Championship. He's not to be taken lightly.
Oh no, and I mean, while the early and mid 2000s were the heyday of his career, probably the peak of his career, he has really come on strong in the last year. He's recaptured some of that old magic.
You employed this word a little earlier on, Ted, said he was revitalised, and I think it's because he's been handed the captaincy of the European Mosconi Cup team. And now he could well be a playing captain if he qualifies. It would be a busy week, but I'm sure a role he could handle well. He's certainly handling this match well. When he went 4-2 down, it looked as though Feijen was very much in charge. Not now. 8 racks played, they've been shared. It's 4-4.
Niels was in control, up 4-2 after that glaring scratch in rack number 4 from Chamat.
Marcus Chamat to break. 4 racks up.
Dry break.
Well, how about that? We didn't see a single dry break in our first match of the tournament, in which 14 racks were played. We've had 3 dry breaks in this match already.
And he's left Niels with an open shot on the 1 too, so the 2 balls out there as well for Niels. Very close to scratching there, but the ball held on. Looks like he's doing a combination here. 2 into the 6.
And guaranteed position on the 3 ball, but of course he's going to have to get position on the 2. And that's okay.
No, that was not a guarantee to make that one. That 6 ball was a fair distance from the pocket. Now we've got to look at the orange 5, but apparently if he can get this 2 down, he's going to try to break up at some point here in the next shot. He's going to try to break up that little cluster. see the 7 and the 5. 7 in the way of the 5. So he's got the 4 here.
The 5-7 combination, though, to the bottom right-hand pocket might be a possible goer.
Oh, well, apparently the 5 passes, because from our vantage point, it looked like it doesn't. He must have seen that it does. Has to be very thin. You see Ralph Souquet and James Georgitis.
Well, the 5 ball flies in. What a deceptive angle. And I think Feijen is just about to take the lead again. Punch and counter punch this, Ted.
This is what most matches are going to be like here at the Whirlpool Masters. It's only 4 to victory, but that is a gauntlet. As tough a 4 matches as you'll get in any tournament. Feijen reclaims the lead, 5-4.
Well, he forged 2 ahead at 4-2, did Feijen.
Thank you, rack
Can he
10.
take it to 6-4 here?
Niels Feijen to break, leading 5 racks to 4.
He has been absolutely laying into this break shot. Seven ball down. But no shot on the 1. Looking at a push out here.
You can see the shot clock there, and you might be wondering, well, hold on a minute, I thought it was a 30-second shot clock, and it is, apart from the shot after the break. And then players have 60 seconds to decide what's the course of action, although I think Feijen's mind is made up for him with this one. Just a matter of the semantics.
Push out call.
As Ted predicted, it's a push out.
Time
All
extension.
about what he wants to do now, and of course, even with that 60 seconds, he still hasn't had sufficient thinking time to mull this one over completely, and so asks for an extra 30 seconds to work out what's best.
Well, generally in push-outs, they want to leave the opponent taster, teaser shot, something to look at, not too much. Last time Niels pushed out, he left a full ball hit on a bank shot for Marcus, and Marcus won that rack. That's a legal shot right there. So now Marcus can decide to take this on. He probably will, because he can see the whole ball. They can play safe.
Time extension.
I tell you, in this format, Phil, it doesn't take long for the drama to appear.
Already responsible for one
terrific.
terrific bank, and there's another one, Ted. Fantastic. And position on the 2 as well.
This Niels didn't legislate for that one. That was a very risky shot, because if he misses that one ball, that's probably going to be sitting right in the jaws there. And Niels, even if he was covered, he could have jumped and made that. So offensive play, gutsy play from Chamat. Sometimes that's in pool, that's what you've got to do. You've got to go offensive. You've got to take the risk and reap the reward. Well, that's very nearly scratched there. And now he's covered himself.
And this is nothing short of horrible.
Wow, 3 balls from tying up the match, putting the heat back on Feijen. Now look at this mess. It might go. No.
I think it will now.
It's a dangerous shot here. Could he possibly scratch?
The green is too far down the cushion, I think, for that. The quizzical look, because the cue ball has stayed so near the side cushion. This black 8 ball is very tough.
Oh yeah. You know, when the ball's up on the cushion, can't get a full ball hit. And hit this very cleanly. He hit that at perfect pace, and that's why that dropped. This is no gimme either, Phil.
Well, a tremendous pressure pot on the 8. What about the 9 to match?
He's got to leave this on too. Too much to ask. Some very difficult potting there.
No mistake from Marcus. It is 5-5 in our first match. John Morra gave a real scare to the defending champion Shane van Boening. Another giant of pool, Niels Feijen, is finding it very tough going against a Swede only into the tournament at the 11th hour. Niels Feijen 5, Marcus Chamat 5. So the green 6 ball down the rail, a good pot, but the cue ball died off the bump of the middle pocket. And from here, Feijen did really well to pot the black 8 ball. In fact, by potting it thick, he obtained reasonable position on the 9, but he caught the 9 far too thin. And that was the difference right there between 6-4 and 5-5.
Marcus Chamat to break. 5 racks each.
Those were some very difficult pots right there, and that was a lot to ask to be able to make all those balls. And well, Chamat got a little bit of a break there, and that after Niels missed, he was left with an open shot on the 9 ball, and he converted. And how about this, Phil? The 8 ball is down. The 1 open, the 2 open. What a big chance here for Napoleon.
Well, it's a dream table. Nothing blocking anything else. All of them out in the open. he knows he should break and run to regain the lead.
You would expect nothing less from Marcus, a wily veteran. He's been in numerous wars and battles in the biggest tournaments in the world for many years. So he knew he was going to be very tough.
And the dynamic with Chamat as Mosconi Cup captain will be rather different from Jan Reischink, who made such a wonderful job of it, the Dutchman who was the coach of the team, very much the non-playing captain, the brains behind the operation. Chamat could be playing in that team quite conceivably. If he doesn't, and he is the non-playing captain, the members of that team will have respect for him because they know what he's capable of achieving himself on a table. In our opening match of this Party Poker World Pool Masters, the title holder Shane Van Boening found himself in a 6-5 hole against John Morra. Will Niels Feijen, the 2013 champion, find himself in a 6-5 hole against this Swede who's highly motivated?
Time extension.
Yeah, he's right where he wants to be. Got a few rough patches. Little nasty scratches. But he is poised to take the lead. Well, he perhaps overhit the shot earlier. He really let the arm out there. So showing signs of confidence. And why not? This shot right here to take the lead over Niels Feijen. It's just a race to 8. Winner breaks format. Terrific comeback from Marcus Chamat. He didn't let the mistakes get him down, and now he finds himself up 6-5 in this first round match here at the Party Poker World Pool Masters.
Welcome back. Marcus Chamat has the 2014 World 9-ball champion Niels Feijen against the ropes, coming back from 5-4 down to take a 6-5 lead. In the 12th rack though, another scratch from the Swede led Feijen off the hook to level at 6 racks all in this race to 8. Let's pick it up in the 13th.
Niels Feijen to break. 6 racks each.
The 4 goes, the 8 ball goes. He's got a shot on the 1. Good looking table for Niels.
Yes, and conversely, a very worrying looking table for Chamat.
This is usually what happens when you look the proverbial gift horse in the mouth. I mean, he's had his chances. He's played well. He's been sticking in there, feisty, hanging around, loose, but 3 scratches in this match so far for Marcus Chamat has cost him dearly.
You know, Ted, I can't help but thinking there's a snooker commentator called John Virgo, very well known. He's actually from Salford, where we're in at the moment, here in Manchester. And his catchphrase is, "Where's the cue ball going?" Well, in the case of Marcus Chamat, time and again, the cue ball's been going into the pocket.
That is the last place you want the cue ball to be going in this sport.
JV would have had a field day tonight with all of the in-offs we've seen. And when you've won so many major titles as Feijen has done, when you've helped Team Europe win the Mosconi Cup, when you've contributed greatly to that glory, when you've assembled a career CV like him, when you get the chance, you've got the nerve to take it.
Well, Niels is a winner. In the last 2.5 years, he has won more than any player in the world. Maybe save for Darren Appleton, but they're basically on the same level. This 9-ball right here to move within 1 of victory.
The dependable Dutchman doesn't disappoint. Niels Feijen back in front. He led 3-2, 4-3, 5-4, and now 7-6, 1 away from his goal, the quarterfinals of the Whirlpool Masters.
Yeah, nice comeback by Niels. 2 racks in a row. It's not over yet. We've seen miracles happen. We've seen shock outcomes just when you think
14.
One player has it completely wrapped up.
7 racks to 6.
He misses a ball, and the other player comes back and wins the last 2 racks to win the match. It happens a lot. So you just got to stay positive. He's got the green 6 down. And you can see the 1 ball, but where does he go with it?
Well, it's actually quite a good table, isn't it, Ted? Apart from one very important fact, the 1 ball not helping.
Does he go offensive, or does he play safe? He's not happy with that. He didn't get a... he's trying to hide that cue ball behind the pink 4. Underhit it.
Yes, and with his level of expertise, getting the white in behind the 4 there was more than likely, so he will be disappointed. That's a chance gone, because had he planted Chamat into a snooker, it might well have been the beginning of the end.
Time extension.
Marcus plotting where he wants to hide the balls. Bit of a lifeline here. That poor safety. Looks like he leaves that open. Wow, that is not a good result.
And over the years, one thing I've noticed with Niels Feijen, he's very good in all departments, but when he's got a straight pot on like this and he needs to rely on the technical quality of his cueing, far more often than not, he comes up trumps.
Wow, that was a really poor effort from
Time extension.
Chamat. And it's probably going to cost him the match. Now, Phil, you nailed it on the head right there.
And the head was important. It didn't move, it stayed still. There was no upper body movement. That's what you need. And now, the door has been flung open. From here, Feijen should win, plain and simple.
See how precise Niels is, leaving himself an angle on the red 3 so he can maneuver that cue ball back up for the pink 4. Marcus Chamat can just sit and rue the fact that he had a chance. He had a big chance because Niels left him an open shot off a safety. Marcus just left a wide open shot on the 1 ball. There's nobody to blame but himself.
Not the best cueing here though, lots of elevation. Nicely struck with right hand side. He'll be happy with that. But still plenty of distance for the cue ball to travel for his next positional shot. A member of the audience described that as sexy pool. And I think it was really, wasn't it? Very attractive shot. Especially at such an important juncture.
Well, that's it. You can't have a handful of mistakes against Niels Feijen. You just can't. Not in a race to 8.
Here in Manchester, Napoleon has met his Waterloo. Niels Feijen has come back from 6-5 down to win by 8 racks to 6. His reward, a place in the quarterfinals of the Party Poker World Pool Masters.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster. I mean, I took a lead 4-2 and I settled down pretty good. Then Marcus fired back at me with 2 games. So it's 4-4, now we're going 6-5. So it was anybody's match. I mean, I think we both played pretty solid. And a couple of weird things happened. 9 on a break for me. He had a kick on the 6 where I missed the 9 after that. And it was just, I think it was an exciting match for the crowd and back home. And let's take it from here.
2 matches played in this Party Poker World Pool Masters. 2 identical paths taken by the winners. Shane Van Boning, the defending champion. Niels Feijen, the champion of 2013. Both have coming through by 8 racks to 6. Both after being 6-5 down. Up next, Lu Han Tao against Carl Boyce. China against England.